Action Film Autopsy.
I love that opening. I do this show just for that opening. Except the Bane versus Batman scene, it tells you guys who are watching what you should expect from action scenes, and take no inferior replacements for those things. And thankfully, we have a bunch of them on this episode.
Yes, we have a big plethora of films and shows to talk about. What is going on? We are back. That's right. Action Film Autopsy. That's right. PhatSamuraiGuy kicking it, hanging out, loving talking movies and shows with Kung Fu Santa himself, Rick Myers. That's how we do.
Hey, it's December. Every shirt this month is going to be red or green or both.
There you go.
A lot of Kung Fu Santa too.
Yeah. All right, but it's great having you back here, brother. We got Jake Hall in the house. What is going on, Jake? Lady Danish, what is going down? Heather saying happy holidays. There you go. Oh, yeah. Michael Gonzalez says, let's go. And we got Nina Lusick all the way from Germany. That's right.
Good man, I should have worn one of your shirts. He sent me some pizza shirts.
Oh, nice. Oh, man. So, as is tradition, that's right. Rick's always a step ahead of Samurai Guy. So, a lot of these are what Rick thinks, but I did catch up on a few things, Rick, so I can join in on the discussion a little bit. But yeah, we can go ahead and kick it off. I'm happy that you wanted to revisit the two of my favorite recent Kung Fu cinema martial arts films on Hiya app. You guys can go there right now and watch both films. We highly recommend the Hiya app. It is full of badassity. That's right. But we did a review on both of these films not too long ago on the Movie Dojo.
Right.
And it started off awesome, and then it turned into hilariosity on my end because I ended up accidentally watching the wrong movie. But I finally have watched the real version, Rick. So we'll get it. So I can chime in. But let's go ahead and revisit for the Action Film Autopsy episode, Grandmaster of Kung Fu, baby.
Well, I told Wellgo about the mistake, and they sent back an emoji of this.
Oh, for Fearless Kung Fu King.
It's like, yeah. Mixed up.
Yeah.
But both. Well, again, I'm going to talk about both of them, just like I talked about both of them last time.
Right.
Again, these are movies that are being put out, according to our man in China, Ian Powers, are being put out by the hundreds, if not thousands, per year, all on the streaming services. And again, for some reason, the streaming services are under the radar of the Chinese Film Bureau because they treat their major motion pictures differently than they're treating these streaming motion pictures. Because in the mainstream motion pictures, they've been denigrating all their famous movie kung fu stars like Fong Sayuk and Wong Fei-hung. But in these movies, they play it straight. It's very derivative. If you're aware of the golden age of Hong Kong action cinema, then you've seen almost all the plot lines before. You've seen all the characters before. You've seen them done more straight. But these movies are just plain fun. And more importantly, they're also familiar. Also, more importantly, they're also like 90 minutes long. They're not, 3 hours, although RRR is an exception in the 3-hour thing. And I would imagine Wakanda Forever is the same. But these movies are fun. And the most important thing for me, they've got real Kung Fu in them, in addition to Japanese martial arts. And also, the Kung Fu is head and shoulders above anything Americans do.
Yes.
Americans do good martial art movies. Their great Kung Fu movies are few and far between. And most of the great Kung Fu movies that the Americans do nowadays, which are Marvel movies, and the Kung Fu only appears like in one scene, and it's sort of like hidden kung fu. I was going to say it's like ninja kung fu, but ninja is Japanese. Kung fu is Mao Shan, so it's Mao Shan kung fu. In that, unless you're very well versed in kung fu, you don't even know it's kung fu. You just know that, oh, that was smart. that was a good thing for the hero to do.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, those are the top 5 best things you can do in kung fu. So in these movies, the grandfather of kung fu and the grandfather, I'm turning into the grandfather of kung fu, the the grandmaster of kung fu, and the fearless kung fu king.
Yeah.
Kung fu is exceptional.
Yeah.
And what I pointed out to you in, I believe it was the Grandmaster. Correct me if I'm wrong, because in case I'm switching them. There's a scene where the hero, his wife has been kidnapped, so he's taken all the abuse from the Japanese guy in the final, in this final scene, until his students and his friends free his wife, bring her to the contest, and when the hero sees that the wife is there, he gives a look. Yeah, that's an important shot that I mentioned previously, and I'll mention to you viewing. Because up till then he was doing fists, but he was letting himself be defeated. But when he sees his wife is safe, he turns and gives the Japanese guy that look, and that Japanese guy goes white, literally and figuratively. And then, I mean, my favorite moment, I get chills thinking about it now. Our hero, who's played by an actual kung fu champion, an actual kung fu student, not just an actor. He was the replacement for Donnie Yen in one of the Ip Man movies, in one of the best of the Ip Man movies, because it was actually choreographed by real Wing Chun people.
Yeah, the Legend of Ip Man, I believe.
Yeah, there you go. But he's in this. He's not a great actor, but he's a great kung fu guy, and he does the kung fu thing that I recognized immediately. His fists turned into hands. And that's when the Japanese guy knew he was screwed. And sure enough, he whoops this Japanese guy aside the head. What's the phrase downtown? He whoops him upside the head. No, not like that.
I know.
He goes bam on one side of his head. He goes bam on the other side of his head.
Yeah.
And he sort of, I love this too, because the Popeye wind up.
Yeah.
Bell does in Mission Impossible in the bathroom. He does it mentally. You see winding up, and then because it's all internal. It's the soft powering the heart. Then he does a final. It's like he sets him up like a golf ball on a tee, and then goes bam.
Yeah.
And I felt it all the way in my room. I went, whoa!
Oh yeah. And this was the mafia version I was doing.
I did in the mafia version. The kung fu is bam, but even the kung fu doesn't even do that. Again, soft powering the heart makes it boom. It's just like boom. So that's an amazing kung fu movie and an enjoyable kung fu movie too. And then the fearless kung fu.
Oh my God!
Talk about that.
Yes, I get to chime in now. If you guys have not seen the Movie Dojo review of Fearless Kung Fu King, check it out anyway, because you get to hear Rick's insight. It's hilarious. Watch my reaction when Rick starts.
What is he talking about?
Rick starts describing the movie. I'm like, what is going on? Because I accidentally watched the wrong movie. Oh, hold on a second. We got John in the house. Well, he's saying, "What's up, Kung Fu Santa?" And the radical one of all time, Reggie. What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. And Brian, good to see you too, my friend. But yes, you guys trust Kung Fu Santa, right? And I know you guys trust PhatSamuraiGuy. Let me tell you something right now. Fearless Kung Fu King is legit, baby. It is legit. And Rick, this dude is a bad man. This dude, I am instantly a fan of this actor. I gotta look him up now to see what other projects he has been in. He is phenomenal martial arts. And what I loved about
phenomenal kung fu.
What I loved about his kung fu style is he used almost every body part. He did the palm, he did the ridge hand, he would do a fist like this.
That's called the Phoenix eye. That's the Phoenix eye.
He would do that. He would use his elbow. He would use knees. He would use everything. And I'm like, this guy is phenomenal. And if you guys need to check it out.
And watch his placement. Watch his placement because he knows the real deal. When
Yeah.
he's doing his elbow, watch his other hand.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Soft
For sure.
powering the heart again. Because if
Yeah.
you just use your elbow like Tony Jaa, you're going to hurt your elbow. But if you're using your internal chi to power your elbow, it's not going to damage it as much.
Yeah. This actor. Well, go ahead, Rick.
But also, you
It's phenomenal.
notice that the fight scenes are set up the way the classic Shaw Brothers stuff. It was like La Kal Young stuff.
Yes.
It reminded me of all their movies. I mean, the fight on the cups, and the bowls.
Yeah.
It's just, and this is right on. Oh yeah, it's just, I just love this stuff. And also, I saw the latest ad for what Hiya has coming up in December. And
Yeah.
they have another one of these movies as well as a bunch of the classics, the very, very
Yes.
rare under the radar classics. I mean,
Yes.
again, I'm so happy about Hiya. And I'm not, they're not paying us. They're not.
No.
I mean, they of course supplied the stuff for the Kung Fu Extravaganza in San Diego Comic-Con, but
Right.
they're not paying me to promote their.
No,
their
we're
channel. I just love
non-sponsored.
their channel.
We're showing the love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just the fight on the cups. He's fighting a drunken master on the cups.
Yeah. That's right.
But when he ran the gauntlet,
Yeah.
the character of Yuan Jia ran the gauntlet. This was great. Spear. I mean, this is so good. And when he comes across the blind kung fu master, he puts on the blindfold, and they're going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys love.
Look at that extension. Look at the extension.
Yeah, if you guys are fans of kung fu, you're gonna be you're gonna be pleased, especially the way the fights were filmed and edited. It was just like, yay! I remember. You remember, Rick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like I remember, and even the finale in the rain was great. I enjoyed that.
The middle sequence is an homage to Game of Death. He's going up the stairs.
Yeah,
he's fighting different people up the stairs.
Yeah, the gauntlet. Yeah.
Yeah, just the gauntlet, as you call it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you gave it like an A- or something, A or an A-.
Yeah, because it's.
I agree.
And even though it's in quote a cheap movie, a cheap movie in China looks like a really good movie here.
Yeah.
Because the costumes are amazing, the sets they build entire villages.
Yeah.
That is just used for the movie, and they have a large cast. Usually, that's a sign of a cheap movie in America is when you have a very small cast. Here they have really large casts because they have so many people. And I mean, China builds entire cities where no one lives in them, but they have to give themselves something to do. So here, they have all these amazing sets and costumes and all these wonderful actors and all these great martial kung fu people, not just martial artists.
Yeah. And I was pleased. I was pleased with both. So make sure you guys check it out.
I finally got to see Fearless.
Yeah, I saw that horrible inferior version or other movie that was garbage. Before we move on, Rick, we have a question.
Yes.
Nina says, "What do you think of Ang Lee doing a Bruce Lee biopic?" And I believe I heard his son is playing.
Yes, his son is set to play Bruce. I love Ang Lee. I've met Ang Lee. I've talked to Ang Lee. Ang Lee signed my Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon poster. Ang Lee
cool.
I had lovely conversation about that. But then I've watched what Ang Lee has done since then. And I still think he's a great artist. I mean, I believe he did Life of Pi as well, the movie version of that. I believe that was also Ang Lee. So I know he has incredible talent. But that Will Smith thing he did in the where Will Smith was a clone of himself. He had to fight himself. It was another assassination movie where
that was Ang Lee.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
I believe
wow.
It was, unless I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain it was.
Wow.
And that was. I just felt terrible for him. I was hoping he was sabotaged. So, but the point is, at least Ang Lee is the level of quality that I want to be brought. As you know, I respect Bruce Lee. I respect people who love the Bruceploitation and the Bruce Lee clones. But unfortunately, I feel I'm on Bruce's. Yeah, Gemini man. Thank you, Nina. Nadad. I'm on Bruce's side, and I feel very strongly that Bruce would be very unhappy with being stuck in aspect and everybody just copying him and nobody moving forward. So if Ong Lee can do an Ong Lee job, Ong Lee at his best, well, John, I see everything. And so I'm going to get, since I like Ong Lee, I'm going to give it a chance. I mean, I saw Black Adam again, so I'll see everything. So give the movie. I mean, if you hear that it sucks from someone who's giving it a fair shake, then okay, don't go to it, But I'm not going to prejudge it. It's Ong Lee, and I'm going to give him a shot because I want somebody to do. Because the last couple of Bruce Lee biographies were awful. It was trash crap. So hopefully Ong will elevate it and have some insight, because I loved his insight in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which was connecting the floating characters, the flying swordsmen, to their emotions. So the flying sword, their abilities suddenly made emotional sense. So if he can do that with Bruce's story and really bring home the tragedy of not just Bruce's death, but what happened after Bruce's death, I, for one, will be very happy.
Maybe do something different, right?
Do something special. Do something elevated. I believe. I mean, Bruce revolutionized Hong Kong cinema.
Right.
Hong Kong action cinema was nothing like what Bruce did, and then later Jackie also revolutionized it. But there was a 5-year gap between those two, and nobody elevated after that. They were happy doing ripoffs. They were happy, spitting on Bruce's grave. So I would like to have somebody who is very respectful of Bruce.
Fingers crossed, might be all right.
Something worthy of him.
Yeah, for sure.
But we digress.
All right.
We digress.
All right, so we're on fire here. You guys have 2 Kung Fu movie recommendations tonight.
Great start.
However,
yeah,
I hope, I don't know what you're going to think about it, Rick. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If not, it's cool. I still love you. But I was under the weather this week. So I had some time to catch up on a few movies. One of them being, I'm late to the game with this, but one of them being your recommendation of Lost Bullet on Netflix. So I watched Lost Bullet, so that way I can go right into the sequel. Yo, you guys have to see, guys. Do you remember when action was real?
There you go.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Real stunts, right? Real cars. Not overly done CGI garbage where it looks like a video game.
And
like
sped
real.
And sped up
right.
film. Yeah.
Yes. Real. Go to Netflix right now. It's I believe it's French action film, correct?
They're French. It's done by a guy named Alban Lenoir, who's a stuntman. And he said, I'm going to do it. I'm tired of all this nonsense. I'm going to show you how it's done. And not only the car chase, because it's car chases and it's fights. They can really only afford to do 2 of each in each movie because they're less expensive movies. It's a smaller cast.
Right.
And if you get onto Hiya, notice this great new Japanese director who does Baby Assassins and Hydra. He has a new style of knife fighting in those 2 movies that are worth seeing. Well, this guy, Alban Lenoir, he's also starring in the movie. He's a junkyard dog of an actor. I mean, he's a living junkyard dog. And those fights are not only real, I don't know how they did them.
Yeah.
But they're astonishingly choreographed.
Yeah.
They are so claustrophobic and they're so desperate and they're so tight in and they're so unremitting and they're so brutal and so literally hard hitting.
Yeah.
They are literally hard hitting.
Yeah.
See, normally I'd be watching them and sort of go, oh, what a shame that you don't know Kung Fu. What a shame that you're not doing this smartly. Well, let me show you. Let me do a little improv of me watching Lost Bullet 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Oh my! I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just completely involved. That's how I know it's a good fight scene because when they're fighting, I'm going, oh, 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 oh.
Yeah.
It's rough, rough
Yeah. It's,
stuff.
oh my God.
And
And I,
normally I'd be all upset that they have a cliffhanger at the end,
right.
but now I go, no, there's going to be a third one. Great,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
more fights, two more car chases.
Yeah, I can't wait. So that
Oh
makes perfect sense now.
yeah,
That makes perfect sense now because you guys, because Rick said that the the star of the film is a stunt man. Because remember how I went back and said how the action is real, right? Well, there's a scene in Lost Bullet, the first film, where the lead actor is driving the car and the car is on fire, and you see him in the shot driving the car. It's not CGI, bad CGI fire. The car is on fire. I'm like, and I was like, that's when I was like, dude, is this guy a stuntman? Because that's real, man. Like
yeah,
that could go wrong. Lost Bullet is phenomenal. It takes you back to a time where action was real. I highly recommend you guys watch it on Netflix.
yeah. But wait a minute. Name one movie, even back in the day, that was as hard hitting as Lost Bullet 1 and 2. Because I can go back and I can only think of one or two movies. Because
Okay,
most
go
of
ahead.
those movies were also roundhouse punches and all this stuff like that.
Right.
But things like Darker Than Amber, and I'm trying to think of the other one. But yeah, very few movies as hard hitting as Lost Bullet 1 and 2.
Yeah, and very like desperate because the character is desperate, so it
Yeah,
makes sense he's doing what he's doing.
like he will not give up. He will,
Yeah, yeah,
I thought
it,
I three times in that first fight inside the car,
yeah,
I'm going, he's done for. He's done for. Just and also he's
yeah,
there. He's like I don't know what you would call him. He's like a squirrel in an anthill. All the villains are crawling all over
yeah,
him.
yeah,
It's like there's no way he can get out of this. He's
yeah,
man, and he just and
yeah.
it's believable. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's phenomenal. So now I'm like I really love Lost Bullet. Now Rick hit me up. He's gonna talk about Lost Bullet 2. I was like, well, I gotta keep going, baby.
yeah.
So you guys, Lost Bullet 2 just cranks everything up to 11. This is a non-stop action thrill ride,
It's,
but you
oh,
still,
it
yeah.
stops. It
Well,
stops every once in a while.
I
Yeah.
compared to the first one, it's
And it's
not. It
also an
feels
hour
good.
36 minutes. It moves. Yeah. It's an
Yeah,
hour
both
36.
films, guys, feel like there's the pacing is great. Like you're like, oh man, the movie's over. This one has a little bit more gunfire, shootouts in this one because you got to bigger, better, and badder. You got to do it for a sequel, but the car sequences are even better. The
That car,
fighting is phenomenal. I mean, you guys got to watch these movies on Netflix.
yeah, that car he has in this one, and what he does to that car. And again, when you bring the camera back to me, I'm going to do an impersonation of again just what a wonderful design, which is
Hit
he's hitting the button, he's hitting the button, he's hitting the button, and it's
the
like
button.
not working, it's not working, and it's like I'm at home going, oh no, no, just really amazing stuff.
I have a thumb image here. So here you go, guys. This is not CGI. This is real car, real stunts. Check this out. There you go. Like, if you want to see what is making the car fly up in the air, you got to watch the movie. This is just, oh my god. I had a big smile the whole time. So I am pleased, Rick. You have not stirred me wrong, my friend.
No, I do not steer you wrong. Not in this car. You have to steer really hard in this car.
Neenan brings up the brutal fights in Nobody. I love Nobody. I
I
enjoyed it.
like Nobody,
Yeah.
but I didn't find them brutal because
This one's
it wasn't.
it's different. It's a different kind of brutality. It's not like On Bach or anything like that. It's different. It's kind of like it feels realistic because he's so desperate.
Yeah,
And it's almost sloppy, which makes it kind of realistic feeling.
yeah. Because
So
of course,
yeah,
Bob Odenkirk is a comedian, not a stuntman. So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I don't. Listen, if
No,
you didn't,
I was talking about Lost Bullet. Like
yeah,
it's not like this,
Oh yeah, no.
it's not like that brutal or
These
straightforward.
guys know how to fight, and they really fight, but they
Yeah.
fight.
It's like I got the police stick. I'm gonna take out your kneecap.
Right.
Somebody jumps me over here. Like it's just desperation, but
No,
in a great
nobody's
way.
really good, but doesn't compare to this movie.
Yeah, it's not fancy.
Yeah.
It's not fancy, but it's still
It's legit.
amazing.
Yeah, but it's,
We can't explain it. You got to watch the movie.
yeah, it's
All
great.
right. Now,
Yeah.
I have not seen this series, so we're gonna jump right into Enola Holmes 2: Electric Boogaloo. All right, Rick, the floor is yours.
Well, it's a very, very pretty, very long movie.
Uh-oh.
It's the opposite of what we've been talking about. This one is 2 hours and 6 minutes. It should be 90 minutes tops. If it were 90 minutes, I would enjoy it a lot more. It took me like 3 tries to get all the way through it. Henry Cavill is terrific. She's terrific, Millie Brown. The photography is great. It's very lightheaded. I like Sherlock Holmes. It has a legitimate mystery. It's feminist. Oh yeah, there are times when she's looking at the camera. I'm going, yeah, you are an alien. You're not a human being. You come from another planet. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
looking at her is like looking at Clark Kent. Speaking of Superman, because Clark Kent's an alien, so nobody actually sees him the same way that he, normal. We would see another human being, and so again, it's very pretty, and it's very nice, and it's very good, but it's too long.
Mm.
The action's okay, but it's the whole show is very self-conscious, purposely, because she's constantly talking to the audience.
Okay, to
So
break the
as
fourth
such,
wall.
it's kind of like, yeah, this is a movie. We're in a movie. We're going to have fun now, and so even the action is kind of okay, but it's not it's not serious. And also, as I've said on the show before, the way I feel about movies I watch after I watch other movies, it colors the movie. I mean, I saw Lost Bullet 2, and then I saw Enola Holmes 2. And that affected, seeing Lost Bullet 2 affects the way I perceive Enola Holmes 2. If I had
Okay.
seen, Enola Holmes 2 is very similar to Wednesday. That's a great double feature. Those guys are very similar in their tone and their approach. And those work. But Lost Bullet, no. Lost Bullet makes the other ones not look as good. And now that I think about Wednesday,
Yeah.
I'm remembering that Enola Holmes is better than I remembered it. I'm making it sound not as good. It's good. It just
Okay.
isn't great.
Right. Oh, before we move on,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention with Lost Bullet 2, when 3 comes out, if 3 is just as good as 1 or 2, this might be my new favorite action movie trilogy. Yeah.
That would
I
be,
can't wait to say it.
it's a,
I might review both movies separately, but later, but we'll see.
it's good. It's a good trilogy to choose. If
Yeah.
that's your favorite, I say more power
Yeah.
to.
Well, speaking of Wednesday, we'll just
Yes.
segue right into Wednesday. What did you think?
Now, Wednesday, again, was a lot of the movies on this episode I like more than I normally would because I'm comparing them to something else. Wednesday, I'm trying to remember what I'm let me see what our list.
Was Enola
Wednesday,
Holmes 2 a movie or a show? Because Wednesday's
that's
a series.
when Enola Holmes was a long movie.
Okay.
This is a series.
Right.
And as such, this is derivative. It's got Addams Family in it. It's got Twilight in it. It's got Buffy the Vampire Slayer in it.
Uh-huh.
It's got a whole bunch of other things in it.
Right.
But for whatever, I know I'm blanking on the thing I'm comparing it to. I'm going to look at the list again of what we have on the show. Let's see. No, Wednesday. I guess I was comparing it to Enola Holmes. It is derivative, but it's fair, and it's also a CW show. It's very enjoyable. It's very likable. And this is something else I'll be bringing up again. The casting is excellent. The casting is really good. And so everybody's likable, everybody's interesting, the plot's interesting. The only thing that didn't work as well for me as I would have liked it is the action. Specifically because Wednesday Addams, if you don't know, this is an Addams Family spinoff directed by Tim Burton, the great Tim Burton. And, you know, that's a relationship that's made in heaven or in hell or in purgatory. And it's very enjoyable. I enjoyed the whole thing, except that Wednesday should have been a smarter fighter. She did not fight in character. The rest of the show, she gets increasingly stupid. She's certain, she gets very certain, but she's wrong. And I don't like her to see her wrong because she should be smarter than that. And in the fights, she doesn't do what I believe Wednesday Addams would do. She doesn't physically do what she does mentally. I mean, when she puts everybody down, she basically stands there and takes whatever abuse people mete out. I mean, she's stabbed at one point and she just stands there and takes the blade. Like she knows she's not going to die. And also later, she, you know, somebody hurls her against a tree. She takes that too. I kept waiting for her to go, you know, to dodge, to, you know, get out of the way. But no, she just stands there and takes it. And so I was going, oh, that's a disappointing to Kung Fu Santa personally, to see Santa. But I still enjoyed the show, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the next one. Oh yeah, again, the werewolf, her werewolf roommate is utterly charming. I mean, just terrific casting. Oh yeah, and Fred Armisen from Saturday Night Live as Uncle Fester. and this is my favorite Gomez. I like all the other Gomez Addams from all the other Addams Family movies. But this guy, Luis Guzman, looks the way the cartoon does, the original Charles Addams drawings did. Because that's where I first discovered the Addams Family and all the cartoons in the New Yorker. And Luis Guzman looks like the Gomez Addams I grew up on. So I quite enjoyed the show. It's not perfect,
all right,
but it's very enjoyable.
Here's a little clip to take you back, Rick. Here you go.
There we go.
Got the moves. Wednesday's got the moves, son. What?
She does in the show too.
Hold on a second. Oh my goodness. We have a very generous super chat here from Movie Dojo Army Elite, John Bonney. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a legend. Thank you for the super chat, the very generous super chat. He says, would the fight scenes in The Night Comes For Us compare to the Lost Bullet films?
Yes, except.
Yeah, it's
except.
Okay.
In other words, there are two major fight scenes in Lost Bullet 1 and 2, in each of them. And if they had kept it to two fight scenes in The Night Comes For Us, yes. But since they did 140 fight scenes in The Night Comes For Us, after a while, you know, for me, it's just like, again, everybody turns into video gaming characters. I mean, they just keep living when in reality they wouldn't live.
Yeah.
The brutality, and also the Raid 2. But again, the Raid 2 isn't an American film, and neither is The Night Comes For Us.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still different, John.
You know
how much I love The Night Comes For Us. I was losing my mind. You know how much I love that movie. But the fighting it's very different. It's not fancy or stylized.
It's fighting. It's street fighting.
It's not pretty.
Yeah.
It looks ugly, which makes it feel a little realistic. But I love both. I love both.
I do too.
Yeah. Thanks again, John. You rock.
They're both great.
All right.
What's next?
I'm not seeing Gangs of London yet, Needed.
Gangs of London is great.
Oh, there you go, Needed. There you go.
That's the guy who did Raid 1 and 2. That's Gareth.
Yeah.
Gareth Evans.
All right. Once this was announced, and who was announced to play the lead, I got really interested because I'm a fan of the artist himself. But this is on Roku, so Samurai Guy didn't get a chance to see it. But how was Weird, Rick?
Weird was a lot of fun.
I gotta check it out somehow. Maybe I'll try to rent it.
It's a satire of a biopic,
Oh my god, that's
and
amazing.
the actual Weird Al is in it,
Really? Okay.
but not playing himself.
Right.
Yeah. And it gets sillier and sillier and crazier and funnier and funnier. And the cast is terrific. And there's a surprising amount of screen fighting.
Really?
Because the movie by the end of it turns into an adventure film.
Oh my god. I have
And
to see this.
and there are satires of like Raiders of the Lost Ark and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so of course it's not realistic, it's funny. It's
Yeah.
he does to a biopic what he does to music. And Daniel Radcliffe, of course, is not as tall. And since Weird Al is actually on screen with Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al, you can see he's not as tall, but it doesn't matter because they're having fun with it. He's doing
Yeah.
to the biopic genre what he did to pop music. And as such, it's really enjoyable.
Nice. Oh, I'm sold. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
really
that's what
good.
it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was your traditional biopic movie.
No,
But
not even close.
oh, that's amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah,
if
Fred
Weird
Armisen.
Al was like that was his idea maybe for the biopic. He's like,
No,
oh,
I'm
we'll
sure.
change it to
Yes, it
something else.
absolutely was. It's produced by his company. He created his company in order to make this movie. And Fred Armisen plays a speaking of Fred Armisen, plays a door-to-door salesman who shows Weird Al his first accordion. And then Weird Al's father comes home and beats the living shit out of Fred Armisen. And I'm going, wow, why isn't he being arrested? And that was the moment I suddenly realized, oh, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're making a satire. They're doing a lampoon of these kind of movies.
Oh, I'm sold. I want to
Yeah.
see it even more now. All right.
Really good.
Okay, now the last action film autopsy episode, you talked about Black Adam. So we are revisiting Black Adam. This is Black Adam Redux.
I am here because I had to.
Still have not seen it yet. But go ahead, Rick.
Let's see. I am hoping and praying. We're going to be talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. On the basis of the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I am hoping and praying that this is the last Zack Attack DC movie ever made. It is The Rock. It is, he's working with the guys who did Rampage with him and other things like that. But the tone of the movie, since Warner's is controlling its direction, is pure Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, in that it is so infuriatingly and stupidly contrived. It puts character, just like Batman v Superman. If you saw Batman v Superman, you know that either Batman or Superman only had to say like 4 words to explain the situation. So the adversary would go, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. All right, we don't have to fight. Black Adam, all the characters are ridiculous. They all behave ridiculously. And in order to accomplish what they want to do within the movie, the characters have to be stupid in every single scene. They have to not say things. The Justice Society. First of all, Black Adam appears. The first time Black Adam appears. No, first of all, let's start at the very, very beginning. They say rather than show. They could have shown us what was going to happen, and it would have been an awesome set of sequences. Instead, there's a narration that it's kind of like where I just go, okay, if you say so. But they could have shown it instead, and it would have been so much better. Then Black Adam shows up. From the moment he shows up, instantaneously from the moment he shows up, he shows everybody that he is fucking invulnerable. He is fucking invulnerable. And as such, also what I love about him is he's not a thrower. He's a
That's
killer.
good.
If he picks up someone, rather than throw them, he'll use them like a hammer.
Right.
He'll just break, he'll just kill you.
Okay.
He doesn't give a shit. He's going to kill you.
All
And
right.
also, he also doesn't give a shit because whatever weapons you have won't affect him. And he proves it immediately, instantaneously. And what happens? More and more guys show up with bazookas and guns. He's right in the open. It's not like he goes behind a mountain or behind a tree and kills these people. He's out in the open where everyone can see him. And they keep shooting. They keep shooting. So he kills the next guy. They keep shooting. He kills the next guy. They keep shooting. Kills. Not only do they shoot him, they empty their weapons into him. After the first 30 rounds, you kind of know it's not going to work. And so if you were like an actual human being, you would turn and run, or you would hide, or you'd call in reinforcements, drop the atom bomb, whatever.
Yeah.
No, they just keep doing it. And more guys show up and they keep doing it. And it's like, so all right. So I'm sort of like going, literally, it's like unbelievable. Nobody's acting like a human being. The little kid, yes, Dr. Fate was awesome. And I love Pierce Brosnan. I loved his GoldenEye. That's one of the best James Bond movies ever.
Yeah.
This kid shows up who's supposed to be a normal kid, a normal kind of street kid.
Okay.
He is acting so unrealistically. He's acting like, hey, how you doing? That's good to see you. Oh, you're going to kill, and he's also seen our hero Black Adam kill all sorts of people, and he's still acting like this guy is this second grade teacher. And he's saying stuff that nobody in his position would ever say. But the final straw came when Justice Society showed up. Hawkman comes out. There we go. He comes out. He faces Black Adam, and he gives Black Adam a choice of two things.
Okay.
He gives him a choice of two things. And I'm going, where the fuck did that come from? Because both things that he gives him a choice of are so stupid and so ridiculous and so self-destructive and so ridiculous. I'm going to repeat myself. He, rather than say, hey, Black Adam, what's up? Why are you doing this? He says, you have a choice. You can either bow down or you can die or whatever. And again, it's like, didn't you just see what happened?
Oh, that was my question. Was
Yeah.
like, did he not know how powerful he was, or he did?
No, he knew how powerful he was. He was been watching the whole thing.
Maybe Hawkman was just cocky. He was like, I still got this guy.
No, well, yeah, he definitely cocky, but really stupid cocky. But it was designed simply to make, because the movie wouldn't have gone on if he had said what's going on, and Black Adam would have told him, and Hawkman would have said, all right, we're the Justice Society. We'll try to make justice done. We'll figure this out. We'll collaborate. Yeah, bow down. The one thing he just, his whole raison d'etre is that he doesn't bow down. And so Hawkman says to him, and Hawkman is a member of the Justice Society, not one of the villains. And he gives him that. It's just so stupid. The whole movie is just, and the only reason that scene exists is to let them do the rest of the movie and continue to be stupid. The last thing that happens in the movie, spoiler alert, is the thing that should have happened at the very opening, which is Superman shows up and says, we have to talk. He doesn't say bow down. He just said, we have to talk. And so hopefully, and now something wonderful is going to happen between Black Adam 1 and Black Adam 2. Something absolutely wonderful, and gives me chills, and I'm hoping so much because it's been waiting. I've been waiting all my life for it. I've been waiting all my life for Marvel. Now I'm waiting that we got James Gunn running DC. So it won't be a Zack Attack Black Adam movie. It'll be a gun under the gun Black Adam movie. So hopefully they'll continue that conversation, and they'll be sitting there having tea or having a beer or whatever. Thor will come in, Taika Waititi will come in, and they'll say, "So what do you want to do?" Well, let's do something practical. You and me, Superman, we can do cool things, and they'll hopefully do something wonderful and supportive and awesome, and maybe make Black Adam into his actual character.
Mm-hmm.
which is Black Adam is an anti-hero.
Right. Right.
He's not an anti-hero in this movie. He's clearly a hero, but he keeps on saying he's not. But again, that's because he has to say contrived and stupid things to keep going, because he acts like a hero. He says he's not, but then he does it. But the next one, James Gunn, baby, James Gunn, come on, come on, come on. I want to be able to, because now I run to Marvel stuff, because I always know Marvel will be interesting, even if other people don't like it. I know it'll be different, it'll be interesting, it'll be challenging, they'll turn it up. I mean, you look at Moon Knight, you look at Hawkeye, you look at She-Hulk, they're completely different. They take different approaches. And it's just like always, and they're always trying, oh yeah, and Ms. Marvel, they're always doing something interesting. Well, and so I'm always excited to go see that stuff. I mean, Werewolf by Night, always exciting.
Yeah, I love that.
Up until now, up until the word was that Gunn was going, whenever I had to watch a recent, like Black Adam, a DC movie, I'd go like this. All right, I know I'm going to see it. I have to. I worked for DC, so I know I'm going to see it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Right.
I know what they've done, but now I'm going, come on, do not sabotage James Gunn. Do not sabotage James Gunn the way you sabotage Zach, the way you sabotage the guy who directed GoldenEye, because he also directed Green Lantern.
Martin Campbell.
Sabotaging your filmmakers.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed for the future of DC. I'm all for it if it's awesome. I'll be there.
But Black Adam is so stupid.
But is it fun stupid? Is it fun stupid?
Not for me, not on the second viewing. The first viewing, I said it was all right, but again, there was just gods hitting each other, and it's just, and again, from the moment he can't be hurt, so what the fuck?
Right.
But yeah.
So if they could be hurt, would you be okay with gods fighting?
No, I'd be interested to do what gods do.
Okay.
The filmmaker can't say, okay, we've got a god, so we're just going to have him fight like Muhammad Ali. No, you have to figure out how would gods fight? How would they do it?
So it comes down to the style and execution.
It comes down to being smart. It comes down to being thought, having them fight in character. If they're going to fight at all, and also each god would fight differently. I mean, even in Dragon Ball Z, they have characters who fight in character, even though it's martial arts. And they're fighting to learn. That's the other thing I love about Dragon Ball Z. They're all fighting to learn more. While these, Black Adam is the same at the end of the movie as he was at the beginning of the movie. He hasn't learned nothing.
Gotcha.
He hasn't learned to explain things.
Sexy Sumo saying, what's going on? He finally made it to the ruckus.
Buddy.
Sexy Sumo. All right.
Go ahead.
All right. So.
What now?
How was Spirited?
It was too long.
Okay.
But it was very interesting, especially for me, because I've been in the December action film Autopsy. I'll wear my Christmas Carol sweatshirt because I appeared in a production of Christmas Carol in Sheldon.
Oh, nice.
In Shelton. And so I know it. So Spirited is a version of Christmas Carol, but it's a version of Christmas Carol that you would expect Will Ferrell and Deadpool would do. And they've got some very clever plot variations. And it's always interesting. My issue with it, I enjoyed it a lot. The action was good, but of course, this is Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is the Deadpool. And what was the one where he's the video game character? I forgot the title, but the other guy or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's that kind of action. I mean, because these are angels, these are literally angels dealing with humans and other people. The action isn't realistic, but it's fun. My issue with the movie, and it's not a big issue, is not that it's a musical. That wasn't my issue. It just wasn't a great musical. Okay. The music was it was kind of like the music in the recent Free Guy. Thank you, Nate. It was it's the kind of music that they had in the recent Cyrano. That Cyrano de Bergerac variation they did with the guy from Game of Thrones, the little person. Again, I love the actor. this is why I'm
Oh,
doing
Peter
the video.
Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. Thank you. This is why I'm doing um, the action film Autopsy with PhatSamuraiGuy, because if you heard any of my audio ones, I forgot my own name. I forgot the word "the." I didn't know prepositions anymore. So at least I get to talk to Phat Samurai, and I'm not forgetting. And also remember, I'm an old man. Okay, people, cut me a little slack. Short-term memory. Where am I again? What am I? What's my name? But in any
Hey, I
case,
forget, Rick. It's all good.
Peter Dinklage version of Cyrano, they also had music, and the music was even less inspiring than the music in Spirited. But if you
Okay.
don't, I mean, I've been in musicals my entire life, so if you're not as picky and choosy as I am in terms of action and in music, because music is action to me, I think you'll enjoy Spirited very much. It does go on a little too long; it's a bit wearing, but there's
Yeah.
enough in it that, and also if you like Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, they're both. It's clearly their movie. I mean, this is the movie they would make if they worked together, and they do work together, and it's fun.
Okay, there you go. It's fun.
It's
Nice,
it's fun.
nice. Well, speaking of bad music, this is something Samurai Guy wouldn't watch anyway,
Yeah,
because this is not my thing.
yeah,
It's not for me. But
yeah.
I heard horrible things about Disenchanted. I heard the songs and the music in Disenchanted's terrible because all it is a character shows up, sings exposition, and leaves.
Yeah.
That's it. So I don't know if you've seen that yet. I'm just
I
throwing
have
that out.
not. I've heard bad things about it too, and I so enjoyed the first one that I'm taking my time to get around to this one because I know there's not going to be a lot of action, so I'm not going to use it for the action so much.
Right, right, right. But yeah, that's what I heard. So I was like, "Ooh, good thing I'm not interested in this." All right, now I'm kind of I'm off and on with this. I did trailer reactions to the teaser and the official trailer, and I was like, nostalgia. I'm there, baby. But then the other half of me is like, this could be generic crap. This could have a whole bunch of characters I don't care about. When I come to see this guy, we're following garbage characters. So I'm kind of like, yeah. But one of my favorite films of all time, I bugged my dad to death when I was young to, can we rent this? Can we rent this again? He's like, son, we already rented it. We're going to rent it again. Willow, one of my favorites for me growing up, is one of my favorite movies. And in a way, it was kind of our Lord of the Rings movie for the 80s in a way. But Rick, how is Willow episodes 1 to 3 so far on
One and two.
Disney Plus?
Three is next week.
Oh, okay. I thought 3 was there. Okay.
Let me say the timing is brilliant. First of all, everybody who was involved with the first one is involved in this one.
Really?
I mean, Ron Howard, executive producer, George Lucas, executive producer, Kathleen Kennedy, executive producer, Jonathan Kasdan, who's the son of Lawrence Kasdan, the great screenwriter, is the writer on it and the creator of the new version. It is a sequel. It is a bona fide sequel. It takes it
Okay.
up. And it had the blessings of coming out right after the Rings of Power ended.
Ah,
Because I
okay.
saw the Rings of Power,
Yeah.
then I saw Willow. This was me at the Rings of Power. This was me at Willow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're back and you're wonderful. Talk about great casting. They've got Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man movies. They've got the redheaded freckled villain from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They have a wonderful cast. I mean, and it is, if you like the original Willow, I cannot see how you won't like this. If you love the original Willow,
It's possible.
it is possible because you're older now.
Right,
But
right.
they're doing the same stuff. I mean,
Okay.
is it predictable? Yes, it's completely predictable. But it's being done again. The difference between House of the Dragon and Rings of
Rings of
Power
power.
and Willow is one is done in a mercenary way. One is done to take advantage of an audience. The other is done because they love it, because
Okay.
they're fans of it, because they respect it and they respect the fans of it.
All right.
And
All
it's just
right.
like my heart was warmed, and
So,
the action was. I'd be curious to see how you felt about the action
okay.
because they're using it worked a lot better for me than Rings of Power certainly did.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
All
it
right.
worked a lot better for me because I cared about the characters. They set it up immediately that I cared. So I wanted to see how, so I felt for them. So when swords, and I also knew that people could be hurt. I don't think, given the kind of fantasy, if they will stay dead, I believe they
Right,
will
right,
come
right.
back from the dead and whatever. But geez, it's awesome. And it's
Nice.
so great to see everybody. And it's also, oh my gosh, it's gloriously filmed. I don't know where they're filming. It looks like Ireland, but it could be New Zealand for all I know. I should look that up. If anybody out there in the army knows, put it up. Let us know where it was filmed. But man, it's beautiful.
All right.
I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to it, to the rest of it.
And so far, no annoying characters that you want to die instantly has not happened yet.
I like everybody. I think everybody is
Okay.
again. It's the Disney slash Marvel producing and casting. It's just great.
And Nate is
Yeah,
enjoying it so far.
yeah.
All right. All right. So it's just 2 episodes right now.
It's
Okay.
promising. Yeah, it's an hour 45 minutes so far.
Okay. Well, I love me some more Wig Davis. He's the man. Leprechaun. That's right. All right. Let's keep going here. Have not seen this. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Rick, what is this? What
As
is this, Rick?
as I said, this is a prequel to the next Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
It was filmed while they were filming Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It is, as I said in my Facebook review, I, I didn't want it to end.
Oh wow.
It was
Okay.
just so sweet, so charming, so smart. I mean, also, I'm a science fiction writer. I was a member of the Science Fiction Writers of America, and my science fiction novels, Doomstar and Doomstar 2, which, Strange World. It looks like Strange World ripped that off because I think I told you the story that Disney brought me in to talk about buying the rights to Doomstar. They did Treasure Planet instead, borrowing some of my ideas. And then I found out later that this is an old Hollywood trick that they don't buy the right. If they bring you in to talk about buying the rights, all they want to do is cannibalize your book. They're not going to buy the rights. They're just going to cannibalize it.
Oh
And
no, you didn't tell me that. Oh.
yeah. Oh yeah. So, but so Strange World, which I haven't seen yet, but is failing miserably, is I think that sort of situation as well, and also the terrible stuff they did to Lightyear. But in any case, Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special has heart, has warmth, has humor, has wit, has smartness, has beautiful production because they were making it with the same budget and on the same sets where they're doing the actual movie. It had Groot. Uh, it's and the fact that they put out the trailer, the official trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 after doing the special, again, just sort of like, oh, yeah, because Gunn was saying that the special was just a joy to make, and you can tell that the special is a joy to watch. But he also said it was especially a great antidote because the movie, made everybody cry. I mean, members of the Guardians are going to die in the movie, and
Oh.
they're going to stay dead until.
Spoilers, but
Well, he's already said it.
I'm
That's
just
okay.
kidding.
But no, you're not. It's fair. I don't want to be.
Well, you didn't say who was going to die,
Yeah.
so it's all right.
But again, and I have to say that the action is very clearly wire assisted. It doesn't look realistic. They're floating. They're like little balloons when they're jumping around. But it fits with the tone.
Yeah.
Groot's been juicing.
We got Buff Groot.
How would a tree juice? What would he use to juice with? Oh,
secret sauce sap.
no, Miracle Grow. He's using Miracle Grow. He's mainlining Miracle Grow. It's a charming and delightful. I mean, it's a great double. Marvel did 2 special presentations. One was Werewolf by Night. The other one was this one. They're just, again,
Nice.
awesome. People who put down Marvel, I'm sort of like going, oh, Yeah, great. More from me. Get lost. We don't need you. I'm going to enjoy it more. More from me. More Marvel. Give me more.
All
And
right,
also,
man. I
and
can't.
also,
I'm curious when you come across the Marvel movie you hate. My head, my my head's
well,
gonna explode
I
When Rick says
no,
"fuck
no,
this movie."
no. I'm not going to say fuck it, but
Okay,
I saw Eternals the second time, and every
right.
other Marvel movie or TV show that I've seen the second time, I liked it more.
Okay,
Not Eternals.
okay.
Eternals was a
Yeah,
mistake.
my first review with Frank Jang, the Master Remaster. Love that guy. We had a great discussion on it. Check it out, please. Check it out. But yeah, when I revisited it again, my rating dropped in my head.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, what was I thinking? But I had some good points though. That's why I
Who's the
liked
guy?
some of it.
Who's the Australian director who did Elvis and Moulin Rouge? Let's
Ooh,
know that guy's name.
I'd
But
have
anyway,
I'd
that director, he should have done Eternals.
okay.
He would have brought a different visual style to every one of them, and it would have been an enormous amount of fun. And also because he does stuff that's larger than life. If you've ever seen Moulin Rouge or the new Elvis movie, um, it would have made the ridiculous plot of the Eternals more accessible. He would have done it in
Okay.
such a way the movie would have the same tone as Jack
Right.
Kirby's original plot, and I bet he would have done it in Jack Kirby's style. He would have translated Jack Kirby's art style to the cinema. That's the guy who should have directed Eternals.
Okay. All right. I agree with Michael here. He hopes Marvel does more specials than less shows. I don't think every single character in the world needs a show.
I don't care. I
You
don't
don't
care what
care?
you people think. If they want to do it in Marvel, in Kevin Feige, in John Favreau, in Dave
Uh-huh.
Filoni, I trust. I love you guys. Don't think I don't love you. I do.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hey,
I'm not going to put you in charge of Marvel. We've already got a good guy in charge. Now we got a good guy in charge of DC. Whatever they want to show me, I'll watch. And I can
copy
say, oh,
that.
you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Do whatever you want, guys. You know better than me.
Well, make it good,
Hey,
you know.
of course, make it good. And they tried to make it good. They had their hearts in the right place for Eternals. And if
Right.
Paramount ever gets off the stick about Atlas Comics, then maybe I will be able to have some input on what happens to those
That
guys.
would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right.
But
Let's keep it
until
Marvel.
then, Feige, go for it, man.
Let's keep it Marvel here. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I have not seen it. Rick, thoughts?
It's better the second time.
Oh, okay.
The action is not better the second time.
Ah,
It
all
is
right.
the memorial. It's a memorial to Chadwick Boseman, and as such, it has just got an enormous amount of heart. But it's tragedy going in. The whole movie is a memorial to him, and it is an honorable, heartfelt memorial going in. They handle it extremely well. It's very strong. As my nephew said, who watched the Eternals with me and also wasn't crazy over it, he was saying, when I see a movie and it ends and I go, that was 2 hours and 45 minutes, it went by like a rocket. That's a good movie. But you see the Eternals and you go, how long is this movie? Is this a 40-hour movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Michael, see, like what they did with their, these guys, again, know what they're doing. Even if you don't agree with what they're doing it on purpose. They're not just struggling in the dark. They respect the characters, they respect the world they live in. They want it to be as creative, and they want to get the most creative people they can get and get really great ideas and do really nice stuff. Again, the one drawback to this movie, I'm really looking forward to the next one because
Okay.
now, fly in joy, Chadwick. But I want the next one to take off rather than to, just pray
Right.
for his soul. The action again is not in character really. It's fairly generic, except of course these guys.
Right.
The woman army they always fight in character.
So
I mean,
Okoye was pretty cool.
yeah, and the whole gang of the
Right.
spear knife guys. are always terrific, but I expect that of them.
Right.
But the Black Panther and Namor, it's again one of those situations where they could switch heads, and it wouldn't affect the fight. It's like that horrible fight at the end between Black Panther and Killmonger at the end of the first one. Could you even tell what was going on? Could you tell why he won? You couldn't tell why he won.
Right.
One, because the script said he did. And it's the same sort of thing here again. And I was going, oh man, come on. You really could do just go for the cliche. Just go, one of you is a panther, fight like a panther.
Right.
And the other one is an underwater person, no offense or anything, but fight like a fish.
Right. Right. So,
look,
in your opinion, since you have a history
Yeah.
and you know these characters from the comics,
yeah,
what would give your honest opinion of what they did with Namor?
with what?
I said Namor, but Namor.
Demora. Yeah.
Honest opinion, Rick. What did you think they did? Did they do a good job? Do you think they could have done
I
better?
thought they did a great job.
Okay.
I was my own, and this is a little woke, and I apologize for being woke, but if you read my books, always going back to the 70s, I've always been woke. But in any case, I was a little, I was unsure about the idea that basically they were putting minority versus minority.
Mm.
I mean, I like the idea of, okay, let's have the minority versus the asshole white guy. Stop. They should stop in the middle of it. And they kind of do that. They stop in the middle and go, why are we fighting each other? This is dumb. Let's fight the real enemy. The American, the Earth, the white government, or the rich white guys. So, but yeah, I appreciated everything they did except the non-woman warrior.
The actual
fights. Yeah.
Right. The actual fight
Yeah.
at the end.
But I'm going to see it again.
What did you think of the introduction of Ironheart?
That seemed a little rushed.
Okay.
But again, I forgave it because I was so happy to see her. I thought it was, and I like they put it into a movie where everyone would go. Everyone who saw the first one. It's still, the original Black Panther is still one of their highest grossing movies, if not the higher grossing movie. So I was happy to put Ironheart in this one.
Okay. And this character's getting her own show.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Echo. I'm looking forward to it all.
All right. So thumbs up for.
I can wait. But I'm looking forward.
All right. Thumbs up for Rick for Wakanda Forever. And we have one more tonight.
Oh my God.
I thought this was going to take longer. We just brushed through this and we were good to go here.
No, you got another show to do in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it's all good. One Piece Red for all you anime fans out there.
No, it's for all you fans of great movies. Here's the deal.
Okay.
One Piece, for those who don't know, everybody hold up their hands. Who knows who One Piece is? One Piece is, I believe, the longest running manga and anime in Japanese history. It's, got some ridiculous amount of somewhere between 700 and 7,000 episodes, something like that.
I was ready to jump in. I was like, this is right up Samurai Guy's alley. And then I saw the episode number and I was like, oh my God.
No, you see, what I do is I just watch the movies.
Yeah.
One Piece has a bunch of movies, and I've watched the last couple. And so I wasn't originally going to run out to this because, of course, there's, still viruses around, and I'm an old guy and all this other stuff. And I have to go to a major theater to get to this one because it's in exclusive theaters. But a lot of things came together. Dear friends of mine who love One Piece called up and said, we're going into New York on November, 5th or something, to go see it and in New York at the AMC Theater, which is where the action film, not the action film Autopsy, this is the action film Autopsy, where the Urban Action Showcase was being held on that day. And they had invited me to be on a panel for the Game of Death Redux. So I said, oh, I can kill like 40 birds with one stone.
Yeah.
So I went in, And we went to the theater. We went to the IMAX theater at the AMC Empire 25 on 42nd Street. And the lights stayed on in the theater
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes. And I was going, when I'm looking up at the projection booth, nobody's aware. I have to miss part of the movie to go out into the lobby and start screaming, "The lights are on in the theater!" And people come running, and the lights finally come off. And I missed, a couple of minutes. And
Yeah.
you want to know how good this movie is? I'll
How
tell
good?
you how good that
Tell it.
movie is. Because when I had to go into the lobby and start yelling, and when I had to come back and I had to miss some time of that movie, that whole time I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting my money back. I am getting my money back. I'm getting that, that $35 IMAX ticket. I'm getting my money back.
Oh,
That movie was so good that I forgot all about getting my money back.
wow. That's a good movie.
Yeah, especially since I went in thinking there's nothing they can do. It's going to be a repeat of their previous movies and their previous 70,000 episodes. From the very opening of the movie, I could tell that they said they knew that that's what I and other people like me were going to say. And they said, "You think we're going to do the same old thing? Sit back. Fasten your seatbelts."
Nice.
And it was amazing because this was not done by an original One Piece guy. I think that's why it was so good. It was done by a guy named Goro Taniguchi, who's best known for another anime and another manga called Code Geass, Geass.
I heard that was good.
Yeah,
That was
it
a
is
good
good.
series.
And he brings his art to One Piece, and he makes a legendary One Piece movie, but he does more than that. Speaking of what we were talking about before, musicals that don't have music that's good enough, this was also a musical.
Really?
It starts at a concert done by a singer, a female singer called Uta, who has never been seen before. This is her first concert, and she does it on the entire planet is designed to present her concert. And the movie starts with her singing. And I'm in my seat, and I'm going, it's a great song.
Nice.
And it's it's J-pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome J-pop.
Nice.
And then it turns out that One Piece, if you don't know the story of One Piece, he's a kid who wants to be the king of the pirates. It's in a pirate universe, like
Right.
the assassination. Instead of a universe full of assassins and hit people, it's a universe of pirates all vying to become the lead pirate. And also One Piece was made to love pirates by a guy who had given him the hat that he always wears, who has not been seen in the series since the very beginning. He shows up in this movie.
Oh.
He was the originator he sort of like created One Piece, and he shows up. And he's connected because One Piece jumps on stage after the first song and says, "I know you, you know me." They were kids together. He didn't know that Uta was also the kid he was with but anyway, I'm not going to go on with the plot.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the rest of the movie. The music continues. It's an amazing story. Uta wants to make everyone happy. She wants to make all her fans safe. She's created this planet so they can all be with her on this planet, hearing her sing forever and be happy forever. And it tells the story of how she came to that. It tells the story of her relationship with One Piece and their father figure that they have together. And he's the actual father of Uta. He's sort of adopted One Piece. The music is throughout. It gets dark. It changes. And also the thing, I'm just like, I can't believe this movie. Because then they do the closest movie I can compare it to is Coco, the Disney movie Coco. In that, I went to Coco with my two friends from Blue Sky Studios, one in the story department and one in the animation department. And at one point in Coco, the one in the animation department went, because that was the shot with 3 million colors. And at one point in Coco, when the twist hits, the person from the story company, the story department goes, that's what this was like. For a lover of animation, I've been a lover of animation since practically since I was born. I think the first movie I ever saw was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This movie is astonishingly animated. They use every imaginable style of animation, and they use them together in such a way that they don't clash. In fact, they support each other. There is one shot in this movie where every imaginable kind of animation, full animation, pencil animation, 2D animation,
Wow.
3D animation, every imaginable kind is all on screen at the same time, and they're all telling a story together. I was just like,
wow.
how did you do that?
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Just from this clip here, I was like sold. I was like,
Well,
whoa, this looks
this
great,
clip
man.
This clip is nothing compared to the rest of it. The other thing is that the stakes in the movie get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The emotional stakes, the plot stakes, the action stakes, they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, but they maintain their humor, they maintain their heart, they maintain their humanity, and it just pays off. Even that shot with all the animation styles, even for me, can't compare to the last time I and the audience sees Uta. Spoiler alert. There's a shot that they put. I'm going to get the DVD of this or the Blu-ray of this or whatever I have to see this over and over and over and over and over again. I have to look at that last shot, because that last shot just pulled back and hit me in the heart. Just hit me in the heart. I mean, and my heart, just shot up into my throat, and I got this big lump, and I'm going. And up until this, the movie was getting more and more action-packed. You thought, again, that one thing you saw was nothing compared. My eyes became pinballs. Your eyes will know what pinballs are like.
Yeah.
So don't go to a really big IMAX. Get to the usual laser IMAX so you can take it all in. And it was just like, and at the end, when the movie ended, and me and my two friends who are on either side of me, we're just like this during the credits. And at the end, I just go, how did you like it? And he turns to me and he goes, that was great.
Nice.
I'm like, yes, it was.
Nice.
It was amazing.
I'm going to check it out.
It's a landmark in the history of animation. It's one of the highlights in my history, my personal history of animation. And
that
also
is
anime
high
too.
praise. Yeah.
It's just
nice.
And I was saying, Frank, the master of remaster, said, "Don't you have to know about One Piece, or you'll be blind to it?" And I'm going, "No, you're gonna. Even if you know nothing about it, you'll still be blind when you leave this. Your eyes have become pinball. You're still like, oh my God, what did I just see?" Yeah. It's just, I highly recommend it. And I also highly recommend that you watch some of the other movies, or at least you read the Wikipedia so you know a little bit of the plot, so it'll mean even more to you. I knew just enough to just go, wow.
They have some of the movies on Netflix, so I've been putting them in my queue, and I could just
there we go. Watch the movies. Don't try to catch up with the series.
No, I won't. I'll be dead by the time I finish.
I'll be like,
nice.
Yeah, One Piece Film Red. I also have to get a shirt. I've got to get a One Piece Film Red shirt.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to check it out. Maybe that'll be my first One Piece movie, and then I'll watch the others. But yeah, this was an awesome episode. Once again, always a blast, always an honor talking movies and shows and kung fu, baby. With Rick Myers.
Stuff to do in the end of this month too. So stay tuned.
Yes. So those of you that have arrived late, we're gonna do this. Is my new thing now. We're gonna do the quick rundown, the thumbs up, thumbs down from Rick, or this.
All right. We're in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like that. You and Bobby Samuels came up with that. Yeah, that was
great.
Got
it from me.
Ah, you got it from you. Okay. All right. So Grandmaster Kung Fu. All right. Fearless Kung Fu King.
Well, yeah, I have to start this way and then go like that.
There you go. There you go. All right. Lost Bullet 2. Yeah. Yeah. Enola Holmes. Hello, Governor. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. Wednesday. All right.
Not
Okay.
quite this, but close.
Okay. Weird. All right. Black Adam.
So sweet.
Spirited. Okay. Willow. First 2 episodes.
Well, let's do a plain thumb, not 2.
Okay.
Just we'll do 1. for
All
now.
right. Guardians. All right. And Wakanda Forever. Oh, okay. Okay. And of course, we know what you're going to give. One Piece Film Red.
All of them up.
He's having an
Let me
episode.
bring up my feet too. Hold on, bring up my feet. There you go. Whoa, my feet.
All right, so that was for you guys that have arrived late. But thank you, all of you badasses, for tuning in on the
And
newest
you
episode of Action
smartasses.
Film Autopsies. They smartasses, yeah.
Smartasses too.
Oh, hold on. I like giving back the love. Paul Brown III, what's going on, brother? And the multi-gun man. How you guys doing? I want to make sure I give the shout outs from what I can. Thank you guys for stopping in and watching. Don't forget to follow Rick. That's right. Info, social security number, credit card numbers, all that is in the description box below. Make sure you guys follow Rick. Get the books. I gotta update. There you go.
Get the books.
Get the books. I gotta update. Next time we do this, Rick, I'll update the get the book video and put your newest stuff in.
Yeah,
there.
bring Target in. Bring that one in.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. And if you guys want to hang out with me and Lady Fat Blood, come back at 7 o'clock. We're going to be doing live bootleg trailer reactions to Indy 5, the newest Transformers trailer, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We're going to check out the trailers tonight live. So come back at 7. We'll see you guys here. Thanks again for watching. Keep watching movies, baby. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.